guys, Christian Knight here for Card Player TV, back for another update of the 2009 World Series of Poker. Event number 2, the $40,000 buy-in No Limit Hold'em tournament is in day 2. 201 players started, which generated a prize pool of $7.7 million. First place is going to receive just under $1.9 million. There are 89 players left, and the chip leader is Bruno Fatusi. Second in chips is Chris Moneymaker. Third, Justin Bonobo. Fourth is Lex Veldhuis, and we got to talk to him just before play started. Alright Lex, it's day 2 of the $40,000 buy-in No Limit Hold'em event. Now first of all, you still live in Holland, is that right?
Yes.
So you had to make the trip here. Going into the World Series, were you apprehensive or excited about starting with such a big buy-in tournament?
Well, it kind of works both ways. I didn't have a chance to come out here earlier, so I was kind of jet lagged, but I like grinding through a jet lag because poker is the only thing I feel like. So that really works out for me. The thing I was really apprehensive about is if I didn't do well or if I made a lot of mistakes, how would I feel about the rest of the series? So, well, luckily that worked out. So now it's just a big advantage, I guess.
So you're fourth in chips, 650,000.
Yeah.
How did day 1 go for you? I know that the field is 201 players, and with such a big buy-in, it's obviously attracted a lot of pros. So no table's going to be easy, but how did it go for you at the very beginning?
I really had a lot tougher table than I expected. I mean, even though there's a lot of names and of course it's a 40K buy-in, there's a lot of what we like in Europe like to call TV pros.
Okay.
So like people that are respected but that are not scary in a way. So I was hoping for a lot of big names at my table, like not Ivey or something, but
right.
like known TV players that that won a tournament here or there. But instead I got a lot of young kids to my left, also like Shaun Deeb, and he made my life pretty miserable yesterday. Well, at the beginning my stack dropped down a bit, and then I built it back up, and then I had ace against kings against Jonathan Little.
Right.
And after that I never basically went down anymore, and especially after I knocked Shaun Deeb out, it was, yeah, it was a really easy to control table.
Okay. Well, in a deep stack tournament, you guys started with 120,000 in chips. How do you deal with a really aggressive player to your left? Is it important in those early rounds to keep opening light, or do you need to tighten up when someone's behind you?
I kind of wanted to disregard it a bit, that he was re-raising me all the time, and I didn't want to do anything about it. And then my plan was to try and get in a spot where I could fake frustration or irritation and try to make a monkey move where he would call me down really light, thinking I had it, like I've had it with him. So I was just playing my game, and every time he 3-bet, I tried to 4-bet him once, and he went all in. So I just thought, okay, that's not the way to go. So then I just figured out, I don't know, I'm just gonna let him play his game, and I don't know, keep pushing me around, and then at a certain point I'm gonna try and bust him when I do have a hand, or when I do have top pair even.
Okay, so, how did you end up knocking him out?
He raises from under the gun +1. I have jacks. He makes it 4,200 in the 800, 1,600 level. I call from the big blind because if I 3-bet here, I think if he raises from that position, he might throw away a lot of weaker hands because it looks so strong what I'm doing. Plus, I don't know if I want to call an all-in from him there. So I call, and the flop is 9-5 deuce. I check, he bets 7,000. I raise to 20,000, playing for stacks there. We had 75, 80,000 more behind. But he just calls. The turn is a king. There's no real point for me to bet here, because if he did float me on the flop or anything, then... With ace king or something? Yeah, or even he's crazy enough to have jack 10 or queen 10 for no draw, well, a pair draw. And then he checked behind. So then I felt really good about my hand. The river was an 8, which is not necessarily that good of a card, because it makes some gut shots that he can have. And but this is the point where I want to decide if I want to go for the hand. So then I shoved 80,000 into a 50,000 pot, trying to display that get off my back. I want to win this pot, and he called me with a 9 there.
Oh,
so
wow.
So in the end it worked out. But about the structure, it's not as great as they make it seem. It's actually a pretty fast structure.
It's pretty fast.
Because most of the tournaments start with 300 big blinds. And this is 1 hour levels, and it has antes at the beginning.
Okay.
And the antes make it really fast. So
So right now, how do you feel with your stack and the blinds right now?
Well, I have like 125 big blinds or something. I feel really good, but my table is ridiculous.
I saw you got Phil Ivey and Namley. At least they're to your right.
Yeah, at least like Namley is really tight, so he's gonna leave my blinds alone. But like every time I'm a big blind, Ivy is on the button. It's like,
yeah,
okay.
you mentioned him before. You're like, oh, except for maybe Phil Ivey, and then now he's at your table.
He's one of the players that really impressed me when I played him live. There's a couple, like I think Ivy's really. It sounds kind of standard, but it's Ivy Antonius. They do things. Somehow they always know what you don't want them to do, and they do it. It's really crazy. You can really tell that they're by far the best. And another player I've had that with is Lars Luzak.
Okay, Semi-Calpuro.
Yeah, Semi-Calpuro. In Monte Carlo in the high roll, where he just every time he does a thing you don't want, and then every time you don't have it, he raises you. And then one time I flopped the nuts and I bet, and he pretended like he was gonna check raise, and then looked at me. He's like, "I'm just kidding," and then he folded. It's like, do you really look? Am I like see-through or something? Because he knew that I had it, and he just like he was teasing me by I'm gonna raise, but he didn't. So luckily they're to my right, Sorrel Missi's to my left, which is obviously gonna be hard. And the rest of the table is pretty tight aggressive, so I expect most problems from Sorrel and Ivy.
All right, well, we'll let you get to the tournament. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you.
The other event starting today is event number 3. It's a $1,500 buy-in Omaha 8 or better event. We're going to keep our tabs on all the World Series of Poker action, so stay tuned in. I'm Christy Arnett for Card Player TV.